everyone, this is Trisha and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a tissue paper wreath. Now this idea is thanks to Christy Benson. She writes, I have yet to see anyone do a tissue paper wreath. I used to make them for my kids' teachers for Christmas, but with all the colors of paper out now, you can make them for anything. I think that's a great idea. She goes on to tell me how she does it. And you cut the paper into 4-inch by 3-inch strips, bend a wire hanger into a circle and fold the paper and twist it on. So I'm trying to imagine how that would happen. But I can see that maybe you twist it around the wire and then twist it and then just keep adding more. She says she's seen some on Etsy for $25, but it actually costs less than $3 to make if you have a hanger. Please make one, Trisha. So yes, Christy, I'm going to make one. The only problem is I don't have a wire hanger, and I actually didn't even read most of this before my mind started going into all kinds of ways to come up with an idea of how I can make a tissue paper wreath, because I don't think I've ever made one. Now, I remember as a kid, back in the 70s, we used to take tissue paper, cut out little circles and use a pencil, and then we'd put the paper in the pencil and wrap it on the pencil, dip that into glue and then stick it on paper, and we used to fill in, you know, some little drawings that we would make. So that kind of came to mind, but then I thought, well, geez, I don't know if that's going to work on styrofoam. Should I do it with hot glue gun? And then I decided, well, you know what, I'm going to go to the Dollar Tree and see what I can find first where I can form my wreath. I figured if that didn't work, I'd go to Hobby Lobby, but I actually did find everything that I needed at the Dollar Tree. So let me show you. I got some tissue paper just as she suggested, and this is a package of 24, and it comes in assorted solids. They did have some prints, and I was tempted to get the prints, but the packaging only had 8 sheets, and I would have to maybe buy, you know, 3 or 4, maybe 5 packages, because I'm not sure how many I would have to cut or what I was even going to put these little tissue papers on at the moment. So this is what I got, but I actually bought 2 packages, so I actually have 48 sheets. I don't know if I'm going to use it all, so I just got that just in case. I could always use the tissue paper for something else. So I went to where the styrofoam is because I knew I had seen the little wreath form, and they did have this 9.8 inch, which is almost 9 inches, is styrofoam. And it's just like a little tube styrofoam thing here. So I thought, well, this would be great to work on, but I kind of wanted to eliminate the idea of using a hot glue, because I thought, what if we have kids working with this? So I thought maybe some thumbtacks, you know, put the thumbtacks right in the middle of the little circle of paper and then push it in, and then you can just scrunch up the tissue paper upward so it looks like a flower, and just keep filling it until it's nice and full and it'll be nice and colorful. But I didn't find any thumbtacks at the Dollar Tree, you guys, but and you can find thumbtacks pretty much anywhere. I just didn't want to go anywhere. I found these push pins. See? There's an 80 count of push pins, and they're like a little ball on a little pin there. They had it in this color as well. So I thought I'd grab one of each because I thought these would make great little centers. Okay, so let me put the camera down. All right, you guys, I'm working my dining room table today just because I felt like it. All right, she says to cut these little squares or little rectangles, actually, a 4 by 3, but I imagine that the 4 inches is so that when you wrap it around the wire of the hanger, is so that you're probably going to maybe lose an inch when you wrap it around and then twist it, so you're actually going to have a 3 by 3 sticking outward. So I decided that I'm going to cut these 3 by 3 instead of 4 by 3 and make a little square. So I'm going to attempt, this is the whole packet, it's still folded, you know, I haven't opened it up. I haven't, you know, taken out the sheets, and I'm not going to do that because I'm going to eliminate having to do a lot of movement around with a lot of paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to cut through this whole thickness of paper with my scissors at 3 inches. So I'm just going to start here. And once I've just, you know, established where 3 inches is, I can fold this over, cut a little bit more, or just move your ruler. And then again, and I think I'm going to turn this around and come in from this side. It's pretty thick, so you need some really good sharp scissors for this, guys. Okay, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to start off with that. And we'll move this over to the side so we can get started on putting them on the wreath, and then just cut as we need. All right, let's get this over here. And now we're going to cut these in 3 inches now, but when I do open them up, they are not exactly at this, you know, they're not like right on the edge of each other, so you do have to make that little adjustment where you have to bring in the edges. Because when they get folded in a way so that when you open it up you can see, like, you know, the layers like that. Okay, so this is just where we have to do this little bit of work and get all these aligned. But you know what, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting out of these. I'll get these aligned in a little bit. Let me go ahead and let me cut just a couple for now. Let's move these out of the way. Just so I don't have to make this too long and explain this part. And I don't even know what I did with my ruler. Okay, there it is. Another 3 inches. Yeah, right about there. I think this would work really cute with some fabric as well, especially if you get some fabric that gets like really frayed on the edges and make a really kind of, you know, shabby chic kind of a little wreath. Especially if you get some little prints that have like little mini flowers on them, maybe some little polka dots, little stripes. And to the person who told me, too many ideas, just keep with the one. You know what? No. I have an idea that I'm working on at the time, but you know what? I would like to inspire you guys. If you don't care for the thing that I'm making, maybe it gives you an idea to do something else. So yes, I'm gonna shout out ideas for other things you can do. Just like I ask you guys to leave a comment and tell me what you would do, you know, different. Does this inspire you? Are you gonna do this? Or are you gonna make something, you know, that inspire you to create something else? And I like your idea too. So we can all share these ideas. That's what the purpose of my channel is. So I'm really sorry if you don't like me going off and saying, oh, or you could do this, or you could do that. Because, you know, it's my channel and this is what I decided it would be like. There's plenty of other channels you can visit, and I hate to say that to people because I feel like that is so unwelcoming of me to say that, but there is many other channels to go and watch where you're just going to get that one idea. And you might just get one idea from me in one video, but then in another, you know, here's some more ideas. Okay, so this is what I thought I would do. I thought I would get them and cut them in little squares, but instead of just, you know, pushing them in there, I thought I would cut them. If I fold them in half, and then again, and then kind of round it off the edges. I'm probably giving myself a lot more work doing it this way, but I kind of want to do that. And I think I want to put like 2 or 3, maybe 4, since I bought so much. And it is a small wreath, like little squares together. Or circles actually, not squares. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 4 right here. And there's one that doesn't look so great. If you want to cut them like little petal shapes, you can do that as well. I think that would look really cute. How would I do that? Let's try doing that. And if we waste these, that's okay. I've still got this other one. Okay, let me fold them again. Of course, I didn't cut them very pretty, so let's do this where we kind of go in from the fold, outward, and then down the fold like that. See that? Where it's cut upward and then around and then kind of back down into these folds. So hopefully that'll give us a little flower kind of shape, and it does give us little petals. So now what I want to do is I kind of want to twist them over each other. Oh, actually it was more than just 4 here. Awesome. That means I cut more than I needed. And I think this will work. And just twist them so that they're not all like perfectly laid over each other. So when you just cut them, just kind of toss them over to the side and then just grab 4, and however they end up, that's good. Oops, let's grab these now. Let me put this on top of here. Well, no, let me put this one because I want to use a pink one or a green center on this one. And I just want to put that right in the middle. And I kind of want to do this to it. You know, kind of wrinkle it up a little bit, not too much. Maybe even squish it and have it do that. So that looks like a little flower. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, look at that. That's a pretty little flower right there. Okay, so then we can just push it in. And I'm going to push it right in, kind of in the middle. And then I'm going to make some of other colors. and then just gonna maybe 2 and then 1 in the middle, 2. Just build it around, or go around and do blue ones, and then maybe, you know, pink and yellow, whatever. There's orange, whatever I have. Just kind of mix them up, and then look at it, and then probably if I have enough to do more, I'll do some on the edge here as well. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's so cute, you guys. Oh, I don't know why this one didn't really come out, but that's okay. We're gonna use it anyway. There's another 4 here. Let's just go ahead and get that and just get it like that. Trying to think about it so much because look, you're gonna fold them upward, and then you're just gonna like push it like that, and then just gonna squeeze it. Try not to squeeze too much because you don't want to push that pin through or make the hole even bigger. So just kind of do that, and then just, you know, just kind of poof it like that with your fingers. And look at that. That makes a cute little flower. What does that remind you of, guys? It reminds me of a flower, but I can't think of it right now. Is it a petunia or something like that? Yeah, try not to move them around so that you don't. Ah, that looks so pretty. Let me just put it right next to the other one just so we can see how that would look getting full. See how that would look? And then once you get another one right here, oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna cut a whole bunch of these, and then I'm gonna come back so that you can see me putting them on here, just so you see how it's getting built and how it's forming into this pretty little floral paper tissue wreath, which is what I think I'm gonna call it. Or what should I call it? Paper, or like not paper tissue, just call it tissue flower wreath. How's that? Okay, all right everyone. I'll be back once I have a whole bunch of these cut out in little petal shapes, and then we can get to building. All right everyone, I have cut quite a few of these little flower shapes, and I've done that from that one strip that I've cut off so far from here. And then I've made the little flowers, and I have 5 different colors, and the sixth flower here is obviously a repeat of the blue, and I put them like this. I feel like maybe they're a little tight, so I'm gonna loosen them up a little bit, because I actually put all the flowers around and then I put the orange one in there. But now that I'm looking at it, I feel like they're a little too tight, especially this green one. It's too far in, and I'm trying to put them so that the little pin just goes straight down into the wreath. There we go. That's a little bit better, so they don't look so squished. But you can ruffle them up once you have them on here. That looks really cute. I'm going to continue with these. I started with the blue again. I actually had them a little bit out of the way so I don't drop them or, you know, slide my arm over them. So I'm going to put them over this way and out of the way, and I've got a whole bunch of little pins already ready right here. And then I take 4 of them, and then I just kind of alternate them around, so that if you grab more than 4, don't worry about it. It's okay. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of folding them, and then just kind of, you know, making that little crease. And then I'm putting the little pin in the middle. That way I don't like accidentally, you know, like squeeze it too much that this little hole in the bottom here gets torn, and then I end up making a bigger hole, and then, you know, it's too loosey-goosey. If that helps the description. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put this one right here. And keep going. Let's fold it up first. Kind of forget about that little step. It's looking really cute. All right. Everyone, I wanted to show you how far along this has been going. I think that looks really pretty, and I do have a few leftovers that I cut from the first strip. I'm going to go ahead and do the second one, and I feel like that's definitely going to fill it in, but I'm also going to go around the edges, like right here for example, and add one in wherever I feel like, you know, maybe right here I'm going to have to add another one, and I'll just go around it. So I know that I'm going to have probably a little bit more than this because this looks like just a tad bit more than halfway, or it's probably about halfway. So I feel like another strip and maybe an extra one just to make sure it's nice and full. But look how pretty that looks. So I just wanted to show you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and then come back when it's all completely done. All right, everyone, I finished putting the wreath together. All the little pins are in the little flowers and pin into the styrofoam. I will just suggest that if you're going to crunch them up and do all that, do it before you pin it in, because once you pin it in, don't move it around, because what happens is the little pin ends up making the styrofoam hole where it's in a little bit bigger, and then it falls out. So you want to do that, or get some tacky glue or even your hot glue gun, and if you want to put a little bit on the tip of the pin before you stick it in, that would be an awesome idea. I went ahead and I put another one here in the back where I just put a little piece of ribbon so that I can hang it. Unless you have a wreath hanger, then you can just hook it onto there. But if you don't, you can put a little ribbon in the back. Let me just give you an example of what I'm talking about, so that if, let's say you're like flour that just moved, if you're moving it around too much like that because you're trying to adjust the flour, then what happens is that little hole gets really big, and then it's really hard for it to stay in there, and it'll just pop right out. And as a matter of fact, I just did that with one because I was noticing that I was doing that, and then as I was filling it up, I realized some of them were popping out, so I've had to like push them back in into a new hole. So that's what I'm going to do with this one that just fell off. Okay, so that's just my little advice, that if you scrunch them up before you actually put them on here. Don't do it after. Once you have them on there, just leave them alone, because you won't move them around. Or glue them in. That's the solution to that. Okay, I think this is a really super cute idea, so thank you again to Christy Benson. Great old shout out to you, and a big old thumbs up to you as well. So I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up for adapting her idea. Now, if I find a wire hanger, I would love to repeat this just as she said to do it, so that we can all see that happen. Okay, there we go. I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up and leave a nice comment down below and let me know what you think of this. Have you made the tissue paper wreaths as Christy has suggested? How about this idea? Had you already thought about that? I don't know. I think it came out great, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Thank you to everyone who has been subscribing, and make sure you hit that notification bell. I have videos every Tuesday and every Friday, and once in a while I throw one in on a Saturday or Sunday as a vlog. And that's it, everyone. Make sure you share on your social medias, and as always, enjoy.